it's not half as debauched or as tantalizing or as glamorous as a French runway showing off new clothing designs, but it is something. I'm talking, of course, about CPAC, where people who want to be at least considered by conservatives for the Republican nomination for president, they come once a year. CPAC is a fairly large gathering. I spoke there a few years back, and about 3,000 people attend every year. A lot of young people this year. The conservative pack, okay? It is kind of the who's who of the secular conservative world, with a little bit of the mix of the religious right, but not much, okay? Sean Hannity was there interviewing a lot of the potential candidates, and I listened to a lot of their speeches, heard a lot of words. I thought, frankly, it was a good event. I want to go over quickly with you who won the straw poll. Now, before I do this, remember, Ron Paul, Rand Paul's dad, Ron Paul won the straw poll here for president twice prior to his run in 2012. And if my memory serves me correct, he did not win a single primary in the Republican process for the nomination for president. So this is an important indicator of where the conservative wing of the Republican Party stands, but it is not an indicator that shows the breadth and the depth of the Republican Party nationwide. And if my memory is correct, the current leader in the polls is Governor Walker. It was Rand Paul a few months ago, but now it's Governor Walker. But I digress. Let's go to the CPAC straw poll. First place, Senator Rand Paul with 25.7%. He is down a few points from last year. He won last year's as well, but he did what he needed to do. He came in, he spoke forcefully, people liked what he had to say, and they again gave him first place in a straw poll. A lot of young people there. Then, by the way, did you notice how he's dressing on the campaign trail? Jeans, open collar, very hip look. Believe me, they think through every single element of this. It'll be interesting to see what Rand Paul does and how he does over the coming months, especially with Jeb Bush sucking the financial air out of the room. Next was Governor Walker. He shot up 3 or 4 places from last year at 21.4%. He did a good job at the CPAC convention. He had one little thing that the press jumped on him about. He's compared the union laborers of his state to the Islamic terrorists in the Islamic State, saying, if I can deal with 100,000 union people, I can deal with these terrorists. So he took a little bit of heat for that. I don't know. I don't think it was a good comparison, but it was funny. Third place, Senator Ted Cruz, dropping down 11.5%. Up quite a bit, 11.4%. Fourth place, Dr. Ben Carson. I like Ted Cruz. I think that he is a dynamic speaker. I think that he is young enough and got enough sharp edges on him where he will be a contender for president sometime in the future. I would love to see him become the governor of Texas. That would be awesome because, in my opinion, it would be much easier for him as a former or sitting governor to win the presidency than a sitting senator. But he's just, for most Americans, he seems a little too far out there. That's why I probably like him so much. But nevertheless, he came in third place. Right behind him, the pensive, the thoughtful, the African-American Dr. Ben Carson. There's a growing number of people that really like him. I just don't think he has the snap to be president. His words are really good. He's very eloquent. But for me, he lacks that overarching inspiration. Scott Walker inspires you when he talks. Rand Paul inspires you when he talks. Ted Cruz inspires you when he talks. Ben Carson, his words, if they were on a piece of paper, would be inspirational. But the delivery, at least for me, it needs to be ratcheted up just a little bit. And then, fifth place, he was greeted by boos. We'll talk about him when we come back. Please not this man.
Hey, everyone's been asking me, when's Unstoppable coming out on DVD? Well, it's here. And I have created my own deluxe signature version of Unstoppable that contains not only the movie, but over 5 hours of additional curriculum and study guides for your family. It's perfect for your homeschool, educational facility, small group Bible study, and family devotions. And I'm going to share with you some of the spiritual warfare that surrounded the release of this film. This box set also includes extended scenes, new music videos, the inside scoop on the whole Facebook controversy. So what are you waiting for? I made this special version with my family in mind, and I know your family will be blessed by it too. Unstoppable 2.0 Deluxe Signature Version, available only here at kurtcameron.com. I can't wait for you to experience what's inside.
I have been a leader in the pro-life movement for 30 years. And sadly, we have not prevailed in our goal to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. There's reasons why we have failed. I wrote this book, A Humble Plea, to Catholic bishops, to evangelical clergy, and to lay people, explaining where we went wrong and what we have to do to prevail. We've made this available as a PDF online for free. I encourage you to go and download your own copy.